Did I love or hate the new Tomb Raider anime, The Legend of Lara Croft? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome to my Tomb Raider anime reaction video. Please ignore the shelves behind me. I added 2 new ones in and have not rearranged them yet properly. They're a mess, don't judge me. So for those who don't know, I have been a Tomb Raider fan for my entire life. I played the original 1996 game on the PS1 when I was 6 years old and have played every single game in this franchise since then. Lara Croft was my hero as a child. She still is my hero now as an adult. So you bet I watched the new anime series and you bet I have some strong opinions on it. So just some brief info on the series before we start. This series takes place after the 2018 game Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so it does very much continue on with that reboot storyline. And the plot of the anime in a nutshell, spoiler free, Lara is in a race across the world against a man named Devereaux to find 4 ancient Chinese stone artifacts and to, of course, prevent the end of the world. So the plot sounded very promising. I was interested. I was ready. Now, I did actually record myself watching this series, so I will edit in occasionally some of my real live reactions to part of the anime throughout this review. Okay, I am taking this very seriously. I'm going to be making notes. So yeah, let's do this. I'm going to have a completely open mind with it and let you know what I think. So you guys know me, I always like to be positive. So let's start off with the positives and the things that I liked about the series. So for me, this series started strong. I loved the opening. I was cheering inside when I saw this opening scene of Lara searching for this temple and then she starts swimming. It was very Underworld-esque, and then the alligator. Shut up. No! Not a giant crocodile. Stop it. Oh. Can't believe they put my most hated thing about Tomb Raider into the opening scene. Even though you guys know I hate Tomb Raider alligators, but I loved having it in this scene. Yeah, I just got so excited seeing this opening cutscene. It was exactly what I would want a Tomb Raider anime series to be like. I was excited, I was invested, and also slightly irrelevant side note, but I was just in love with Lara's hair. She kind of looked like a Barbie doll or something. I loved it. And to continue on with that point, there were so many scenes throughout this anime that to me just felt like quintessential Tomb Raider, and I absolutely loved them. Standout ones for me were when Lara skydives out of the plane, you know, the plane that very handsome Leo is driving. Just me with Leo. Anyone else? Anyway, loved the scene where she jumps onto the train using the motorcycle. Again, very Legend-esque. Loved when Lara changed into the underworld type wetsuit. And the scene in particular that I loved was one where Lara was practicing holding her breath in the bathtub and she comes up and she's like, woo, new record. You know, I guess referencing that in Tomb Raider, Lara is able to hold her breath for ridiculously long amounts of time. The Zodiac puzzle, and also in the final episode, the other challenges they had to get through the final temple. That was awesome. That made my heart so happy. And of course, the most epic scene was when Lara finally picked up dual pistols and had a fight with a T-Rex. That is the ultimate Tomb Raider moment. Dual pistols! Oh, T-Rex. Oh, yeah. Oh, they have her fighting T-Rex with dual pistols. Love that. I was so happy to see that in there. It felt like a really lovely nod to classic Tomb Raider. They're the main ones that I can think of off the top of my head, but there was just some really brilliant action scenes and little Easter egg type scenes in the anime that I really enjoyed. Also, I thought the animation in this series was beautiful. Some of the locations were absolutely stunning, and I did really enjoy how all the characters and all of these settings were animated. I thought it looked really nice. I absolutely adored the occasional sassy aspects to her character that we saw. And I know I said occasional, we'll get to it later. Oh, I liked that. Tea in the face. I did find some of the series really funny as well. The part that really stands out to me is when Lara and Jonah are trekking through the jungle searching for this ancient temple, and all of a sudden Lara nearly gets hit by a car because they've stepped out onto a road and basically the temple has been made into a tourist attraction and Lara has to run around this temple trying to do her thing while all of these tourists keep getting in her way and stuff. That was really funny, and I do wish that there had been kind of more stuff like that in the series because I really enjoyed that. Also, of course, you guys know I'm gonna say it, my favorite scene was where they were in, was it a cat cafe? Oh. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh, I knocked her coffee off. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. We always need more cats. Then a new character that I really enjoyed was the addition of Camilla Roth. So this series really focuses on Lara's relationship with Roth, who is in the 2013 reboot game. And they show that he was quite a mentor for Lara from when she was a young child. Roth had a daughter around Lara's age called Camilla, and the two of them were best friends growing up. They were like sisters, they say. But then there was a misunderstanding and they fell out. And so throughout the series, they reconnect, you know, heal their relationship, forgive each other. I really liked the character of Camilla, and I really loved the dynamic that her and Lara had together. Loved in the second last episode when they fought against Devereaux together, and it was just so funny. They had such great chemistry. You know, they were vibing off each other and stuff, and I just thought it was really nice relationship addition for Lara. Really liked Camilla. And finally, I really enjoyed the ending of the anime. I loved that they ended it on a cliffhanger. I'm actually very intrigued to see the next season. They did a really good job of setting up, you know, interest and intrigue for the next season, and I am actually excited to see that and what the story is going to be and where it's going to go and stuff like that. Okay, so they were all the things that I liked about the series. I think there was quite a bit there that I did enjoy. Now we're going to get into the negatives and the things that I did not like. So as I've said already, I loved the opening scene of the anime. I was so into it. I was loving it. I got so excited, like, oh my god, I am going to love this series. And then they flashed forward 3 years and the entire tone of the show changed. I'm gonna put in a clip here of me bitching to Frederick about it. I'm annoyed now because I was actually quite liking it with the opening scene. It was very Tomb Raider-y, and now they've gone 3 years later and it looks really different and like they've changed it. I got my hopes up and I was really liking it, and now I'm like, just me ranting to Frederick and he's like, don't care, want crisps. Yep. So yes, unfortunately, I was not impressed with that. I would have liked the show to have stayed in the theme of the opening cutscene. I wanted adventures, I wanted tombs, I thought maybe, it was going to be like an episode by episode basis that, each episode focused on a different artifact, a different legend. And that moves nicely on to my second point. Why didn't I like it? I thought it was so depressing. The plot was so depressing and honestly boring. I was bored. All the life felt like it was just drained out of the series after the opening scene. It was like a balloon popping and we got this depressing, boring, uninteresting plot of Lara back at Croft Manor and the usual, still not over her father's death, now not over Roth's death, even though in the actual reboot games she actually did get over it. So are they saying that she got over it and came to terms with it and then backtracked for this series? I don't understand. It felt like they were just trying to throw as much depressing pain at Lara as they possibly could so that she could show us over and over and over and over again that she is emotional and she is a real person. It was too much. It felt forced. It felt like I was being slapped in the face over and over again. On one side, daddy issues, and on the other side, I was being slapped with dead Roth. And it was just too much. In fact, I actually wrote in my notes, daddy issues plus dead Roth equals sucks. And I stand by that. I stand by that note. Well, this is depressing. Can I go back and just watch the opening scene again? I'm really bored. Of course, we've got the daddy stuff. Yawn, I'm bored. Where's the artifacts? Where's the tombs? Do you know what? Where's more crocodiles? Sorry, I'll try and stay positive. I also feel like they had a lot of opportunities in the show to make things cool and fun and exciting, and they were just missed opportunities. Why is a Power Ranger stealing the artifact? Oh, she was just about to do something really cool there. That was actually a callback to Tomb Raider 1. Like, go up the ramp on her bike and she could have like flown through the air and landed on the boat or in the water or something. But she fell off. Also, there was a really, really cool scene where Lara breaks into the home of the person who possesses the ruby stone artifact. She gets kind of possessed and affected by its power, and then does all of these awesome moves and like kills a bunch of people, and it's really, really cool. But she didn't do that because she's Lara Croft. She did that because she was possessed. I guess she has to be under evil possession to do something cool. Okay, they made her so she doesn't kill people, but she kills a lot of people in the reboots. More than the classics. And actually, I do just want to mention that about outfits as well. Circling back to the wetsuit. Ooh, I like the wetsuit, the outfit. It's very Underworld. Just like, you know, an actual wetsuit. And not a like wetsuit thong. But again, that makes me laugh because Crystal Dynamics are always like, oh, we don't want a sexualized Lara, you know, like classic Lara. Crystal Dynamics are the ones who put her in a wetsuit thong and a plunging neckline dress with half her boobs hanging out. It's just a bit hypocritical, you know? And while I'm talking about Crystal Dynamics, I'll just round it off here by saying that I did not appreciate the text that comes up on screen at the start of each episode. Hang on, it's episode 2, and I just noticed at the start that it says, based on the video game franchise published by Crystal Dynamics. they could have mentioned Core, the creators of Tomb Raider. That rubs me up the wrong way. That feels a bit disrespectful. Lara Croft would not exist without Core Design. Crystal Dynamics took over an already established and successful franchise. I truly believe if Tomb Raider had been left with Core Design, they would have recovered from the Angel of Darkness fiasco. And with that, let's get into her character, which I, for the most part, did not like, unfortunately. So I'm going to start off by saying something probably quite controversial. I mean, no disrespect to the actress who plays Lara, but I personally did not like the voice of Lara, and also I did not rate very highly the quality of voice acting for Lara. Lara felt very flat in her line delivery. Now, in the classic games in particular, Lara is very sarcastic and can be quite, deadpan and flat, but there's a lot of personality and confidence and everything going on underneath that, and I just felt like the performance in this anime was just pure flatness. And as I said, I mean, no disrespect to the voice actress. She's actually a very, very good actress. That can sometimes be, directors, like she was directed to deliver the performance like that. The performance was written to be delivered like that. So I'm not blaming her at all. And in the anime, for me, we run into similar character issues as in the reboot. She just came across as very weak, very unsure of herself, unconfident. An example of this that stuck out for me was when Lara went to the Chinese village where the children went missing, and she ended up accidentally offending this really important elder in the village, and Jonah had to step in and save the day, basically. Lara knows all cultures, customs, well, maybe not all of them, but she knows most of them. She knows like so many different languages and stuff. She would not make a mistake like that. And actually then later on in the episode, it shows us that she does know a lot about their cultures and the myths and the legends of the area and stuff. So it just seems so silly that she would make a mistake like that by offending this really important village elder. Again, it just seemed like it was done just because and to show that Lara needs other people, but it actually didn't make any sense. And again, on a personal level, I really hated the elimination of Lara's feminine energy and feminine power. Now, I know people are probably going to go mad in the comments that I said that, so let me explain. I am not saying that all women have to be feminine or all, female identifying people have to be feminine. I am not saying that at all. As a feminine woman myself, that has always been an aspect of Lara Croft's character that I have really, really admired. I think this goes back to the traditionally toxic views of femininity and feminine traits that we often see in society. Anything feminine or girly is usually considered to be stupid, frivolous, less than. People aren't going to take you seriously. I always loved that Lara was so feminine, yet so kick-ass. She always knew what to do. Yeah, she made mistakes and effed things up sometimes, but she always fixed it. She was a serious woman, a capable woman, an intelligent woman, and she was also feminine. And I guess it just makes me sad to see in the series those traits gotten rid of and almost an overemphasis on the fact that she's not feminine at all. These kind of changes to her character honestly hurt. They hurt because there's nothing wrong with being feminine. There's nothing wrong with wearing dresses and high heels. There's also nothing wrong with not being feminine or being masculine. There is nothing wrong with hating dresses and high heels. We're all different. We're all people. We all deserve to be taken seriously and respected. I guess that just hurt a bit that they felt the need to get rid of the feminine qualities to show that, I don't know, she's more of a serious character. I feel like what they're doing is actually sending the opposite message that they want to be sending. It feels like they're saying that Lara having curves, having a large chest, being feminine, being sexy, being confident, being angry sometimes, that all of these are bad things. And they're not. They're all just different aspects of being a person. Okay, we have to touch on another kind of touchy subject, so here we go. Colonialism. First, we had the disclaimer on the remastered trilogy, which again I think was very disrespectful and disparaging towards core design, in my opinion. Sorry, I have to keep saying in my opinion, guys, because I don't want to get sued. And then in the anime, they had an entire scene centered around the fact that Lara has stole artifacts and that Lara's father stole artifacts and all of this. And I actually recorded while I was watching my thoughts on that whole thing, so I'm just going to play you that. So to start off, this is just my opinion, and it's an opinion coming from someone who is from the Republic of Ireland, a country that was invaded by the British, under British rule for hundreds and hundreds of years. Mass genocide was committed against the Irish people by the British. Our culture and language were completely decimated. Our land was stolen. Artifacts and other things of value were stolen. So many people lost their lives, and there is a lot of lasting hurt and pain. And my whole opinion on this is, can't we just enjoy a nice adventure series? Look, we all know what happened in the past. We all know it was terrible. Do I think it was okay what was done to Ireland and, you know, many, many other countries? No, I don't. Do I think many, many other countries also committed unspeakable atrocities across, you know, the thousands and thousands of years that humans have been here? Yes. Many awful things have happened, and those things will never be okay. But can't we just enjoy video games and a TV series that are about a woman who loves adventure? It's an adventure series. I don't think we need to constantly go down this route, because if we are, then we might as well just not, like, don't make this. Don't call it Tomb Raider, because all of this, you know, bending all around trying to avoid the fact that she goes into tombs and takes things and stuff is ruining the story. It's not even the franchise, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say it now, but I know there's still gonna be comments probably. If anybody says I'm not allowed to have an opinion on this because I'm British, you will be blocked, honestly, because Irish people are not British. We kind of fought and died for hundreds and hundreds of years for our freedom and our country's independence. Learn the history before you comment in ignorance, but people have done it before, so I know it's probably going to happen again. Anyway, as I said, this is just my personal opinion, coming from a country and from a culture that has been very much impacted by this. The world is depressing enough. Life is depressing enough. I don't need to be beaten around the head by all of these depressing issues when I'm trying to watch a series that's meant to be a fun adventure series, and I'm trying to have a little bit of escapism and enjoyment in my day. And that's just how I feel. That's how I look after my mental health. I don't need the fun and the joy sucked out of everything. Okay, moving on from those touchy subjects. Then just to mention that a lot of the one-liners and attempted comedy in the series fell really flat for me. I didn't find a lot of them very funny, and most of the characters in the series really felt like caricatures as opposed to real people. A lot of the jokes just hit kind of flat for me. What's with the constant mention of a water slide? I don't get it. And yes, they are my thoughts, my negative thoughts on the series. There's quite a few. I found it very, very difficult to actually get through the series. I found it boring, and I found the plot completely uninteresting to me. There wasn't enough fun and adventure. And honestly, if I wasn't making this video, I'm not sure that I would have actually finished the series. And I think that kind of says it all, really. Overall, I did not like the Tomb Raider anime, I am sorry to say. There were elements of it that I really did like and enjoyed, but overall, it was just a complete miss for me. I feel like they sacrificed plot and fun and the actual adventure in order to shove in as many of the crying, sanctimonious stuff as they could. And I feel like that really negatively affected the series because all of that is just, in my opinion, completely irrelevant. But do let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this series and what you think of my review of it. I've never made a video like this before, so I'm pretty nervous. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you really, really soon in the next video. Say hi! Hi! We have to take a break. Binksy needs ham. Yeah!
About the time we gave him his medicine around, so he's coming to a routine.
Yeah, it's ham time. Yeah. Nom 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 nom. He's like, more. There. Yeah. I don't have any. I'm sorry.
Second last piece and the last. Shouldn't have too much of it.
Yeah. Good boy.
Gosh, that's so nice.
Yeah, good boy. Binksy's here. He's playing with the microphone wire. Ooh! Oh, well, he broke that.